Hello, this is the Council on Independent Fundamental Bible Doctrine. I'm doing my next video in the Revelation Timeline series titled The Great Retreat. There is a retreat in the Bible that when you look at the different times that it is noted, you can correlate between the two different times and see that the two different times are the same time, the same event. Okay? Now the first two this is only 3 slides. The first two are review because I want them to get the big picture. But I'm going to put a third slide on that's got new information that's going to go along with the first two that we already have covered. But I'm going to cover it just to make sure it's covered totally together. Okay? So the Great Retreat occurs when the sun and the moon and the stars go dark. Isaiah 13:9. Behold, the day of the Lord cometh, cruel both with wrath, fierce anger, to lay the land desolate, and he shall destroy the sinners thereof out of it. For the stars of heaven and the constellations thereof shall not give their light, and the sun shall be darkened in its going forth, and the moon shall not cause her light to shine. So his going forth, the sun goes dark, the moon goes dark, the stars fall from heaven, and the wrath occurs in Isaiah chapter 13 at the day of the Lord. Right, now we're going to jump to the 6th seal, Revelation 6:12. And I beheld, when he had opened the 6th seal, and lo, there was a great earthquake, and the sun became black as sackcloth of hair, the moon became blood, and the stars fell from heaven. Okay, so we have the sun goes dark, the moon goes dark, the stars fall from heaven in the day of the Lord and at the 6th seal. Matthew 24:30 being the noted immediately after the tribulation of those days, day of the Lord signs at the Olivet Discourse, and they shall see the Son of Man coming in the clouds of heaven. Okay, his going forth. Okay, these are all correlating with each other. Okay, as we've covered before. Isaiah 13:13, earth and heaven are moved. Therefore I will shake the heavens and the earth. They shall remove out of her place in the wrath of the Lord of hosts and in the day of his fierce anger. So this occurs in his wrath, okay, at this time, okay, and it is verse 13, okay, after these verses here. So it is still in the context of the day of the Lord. Okay, now we're going to read the Revelation 6 next verse. And the heaven departed as a scroll when it was rolled together, and every mountain, that would be the earth, and island, earth, were moved out of their place. So heaven and earth are moved. Okay, now how many times have you heard me say through the course of this, teachings on this channel, the sun goes dark, the moon goes dark, stars fall from heaven, earth is moved, heaven is moved, men mourn as they see the face of Christ coming in the clouds, and he's bringing his wrath. Okay, that happens at the Olivet Discourse, it happens in the day of the Lord, and it happens at the 6th seal, because they're all three the same thing. But I missed one. Okay, I didn't correlate it, and I should have. Isaiah 2:12, for the day of the Lord. Okay, so that's our context, talking about the day of the Lord. And they shall go into the holes of the rocks and into the caves of the earth for fear of the Lord and for the glory of his majesty. I wonder why it's the glory of his majesty. Because they see him. Because it's at his coming. When he ariseth, oh, he got up. I wonder why. He's coming to shake terribly the earth, to go into the clefts of the rocks and into the tops of the ragged rocks for fear of the Lord and for the glory of his majesty, when he ariseth to shake terribly the earth. Okay, that's the Isaiah 2 passage. Okay, that is the Isaiah 2 passage. All right, same context. It is in the day of the Lord. For the day of the Lord. Same context, day of the Lord context. Now, Revelation 6, back to the 6th seal. Men hid themselves in the dens and in the rocks of the mountains and said, rocks fall on us and hide us from the face of him that sitteth on the throne, for the great day of his wrath is come. So now it's not just sun goes dark, moon goes dark, stars fall from heaven, earth is moved, heaven is moved, men mourn as they see the face of Christ coming in the clouds, and he bringing his wrath. Now it also includes, and they hide and retreat into the rocks and hide in the caves of the earth and try to escape. People, these are all the exact same list of things. The sixth seal is the day of the Lord. Immediately after the tribulation of those days, day of the Lord signs from the Olivet Discourse, the day of the Lord, and the sixth seal, they are the same immediately after the tribulation of those days. Okay, that's why in chapter 7, they're in heaven, tribulation over. Right after the sixth seal, you read Revelation chapter 7, the tribulation saints are in heaven, tribulation over. Then in chapter 8, the wrath of God with the trumpet of bowls begins in the day of the Lord. Okay? That's it. So all that time I was saying that list, and I got so good at saying it so fast, I was still leaving stuff out. As long as it is, as long as it takes you to say it, the sun goes dark, the moon goes dark, stars fall from heaven, earth is moved, heaven is moved, men mourn as they see the face of Christ coming in the clouds, and he's bringing his wrath. That wasn't even all of it. There was more. They hide in the rocks and retreat into the caves of the earth to avoid that wrath. Okay? All right. Thanks a lot. I'll get another one up when I can.